Please welcome back to the stage United Way of Summit County Board Chair, Christine Amer Mayer.
I'm back, like a bad penny. Okay, so now I've had an opportunity before to talk a little bit about the vision of what comes next. Now I'm going to put it in reverse and talk to you a little bit about some of the accomplishments of the past year. Many of you will recall at this event last year, our president and CEO, Jim Mullen, invited attendees to reimagine United Way, and in doing so, to envision a better future for Summit County. Since that time, United Way has truly reinvented itself. Launched in this community nearly 100 years ago to coordinate charitable giving, our United Way of today has sharpened its focus on being a true catalyst of community change. Shortly, you will hear from Jim about how we have made good on our promise to address, in collaboration with our partners, the most urgent needs in our community. That promise has been a full year in the making. But before we invite Jim up to talk about that, we're going to reflect on the wins from the past year. So let's go back to June of 2016. During United Way's Day of Action on June 17th, volunteers came together to give a much-needed makeover to residential blocks in Akron's University Park neighborhood through the Neighborhood Reborn Project. Just 2 days later, and in 90-degree heat, more than 200 volunteers transformed Sudeth Park in Akron's North Hill by building a playground start to finish in just 1 day. You all saw it in fast forward or fast motion on the video. I suspect it didn't go quite that quickly, but they did it all in 1 day. That event was a collaboration between Foresters Financial, United Way, the City of Akron, and the nonprofit Kaboom. The new play space created that day will serve local children and their families for years to come. Also in June, Ohio's Lieutenant Governor, Mary Taylor, gave the keynote address at our Women's Leadership Council Power of the Purse Luncheon. At that same event, the Barbara Matthews Woman Philanthropist of the Year Award was presented to Janine Marks of Stewart's Caring Place and co-founder of the Akron Marathon. Finally, to wrap up the month of June, efforts to lift local families out of poverty got a big boost when United Way received a $437,000 grant from the State of Ohio Healthier Buckeye Council in support of the Bridges Summit County program. Bridges Summit County works to build support for adults and families struggling to escape generational poverty. It does this in 2 ways. First, through Getting Ahead classes that provide skills and resources to people seeking financial empowerment, and second, through workshops for companies, organizations, and individuals who seek a deeper understanding of poverty and how it shows up in the workplace. To date, 7,750 local community members have completed the day-long Bridges workshop. In July, United Way's Board of Directors re-examined how the organization's structures and practices align with its mission. After in-depth discussions with community leaders, program partners, and volunteers, the board voted to change the organization's donor policy to help ensure that United Way will be able to invest a greater share of its resources directly into Summit County work. In August, United Way earned its 3rd consecutive 4-star rating from Charity Navigator, indicating that we satisfy the highest standards of transparency and efficiency. United Way's, bravo. United Way's 3rd 4-star rating in a row made it the highest rated charity in Summit County and placed it in the top 14% of nonprofits in America. Also in August, United Way's annual night breakfast featured renowned speaker and author Dan Pallotta. Dan's 2013 TED Talk, entitled The Way We Think About Charity is Dead Wrong, has been viewed more than 3.9 million times, making it one of the 100 most viewed TED Talks. Dan's provocative call to nonprofits to innovate and think big inspired us all. In September, United Way welcomed iCare Mentoring into its family of programs. iCare trains corporate and individual volunteers to provide in-school mentoring to students in Akron Public and Barberton City Schools. Using funds United Way sought and received from the AmeriCorps program, United Way was able to bring on VISTA volunteers who have provided 18,000 hours of eye care coordination to the Akron Public Schools at no cost to the schools. Also in September, the LeBron James Family Foundation announced a partnership with United Way and Signet Jewelers to train Signet employees to serve as mentors to hundreds of children participating in LeBron's programs, including the I Promise Scholarship. And finally, just last month, Savannah James announced the launch of her mentorship program called Women of Our Future at her alma mater, Bookdale Community Learning Center. She will also work with United Way's Eye Care program in advancing her effort. In 2016, United Way greatly expanded its Imagination Library, a unique early years book gifting program that mails a free book to enrolled children every month from birth until 5 years of age. At this time 2 years ago, fewer than 700 children were enrolled in the program. Today, we have more than 10,000 children enrolled. That's nearly 1/3 of the 32,000 preschool children in Summit County. With research telling us that the presence of books in the home correlates strongly with academic and life success, we feel great about the growth of Imagination Library. And in November, Diversity on Board graduated its inaugural class. Diversity on Board, a program co-sponsored by United Way and Leadership Akron, focuses on improving diversity in our community's leadership ranks. The 21 members of the inaugural class spent 9 months attending workshops and coaching groups so that they could prepare to step into service and leadership on Akron's nonprofit boards. As we speak, Class 2 of Diversity on Board is in full swing. Okay, that is a lot of work, but honestly, I have not yet mentioned the most important accomplishment of last year. For the past year, United Way has been working with a diverse coalition of leaders to identify key community issues, adopt the right metrics to gauge progress, and develop strategies that will enable success. The result are bold goals. The idea of turning outward is a fundamental element of the new United Way of Summit County business model. This approach puts the wisdom of the community at the center of the bold goal decision-making process. We use knowledge from the community to bridge divides and find common ground on complex issues, thereby building the public will to drive major change. It takes more than a small handful of people to create real community change, a lot more. In fact, I would like to show you how many people it really takes, but I'll need your help with this part. And this was not my idea, I'm just saying. So members of the audience, please join me on the stage now if you are a member of the United Way Board of Directors, a member of our Community Impact Task Force, our Strategic Planning Committee, our Campaign Cabinet, come on down, our Policy Committee, our Marketing Committee, or our United Way staff. I'd also invite you to come up if you are one of the nearly 400 stakeholders from throughout our community, civic, corporate, neighborhood, philanthropic leaders who participated in the in-depth discussions United Way held last fall to help inform the bold goals. Don't be shy, come on down. All right, Beth Boggins was right. People really are coming up. This is good. And Greg Mervis has told me the stage is really strong, so that's good. Yeah? Sure. Yeah. Exactly. We got more people. Mervis also told me I might want to stand on a cross beam just in case. Putting that out there. Exactly. Okay, as the last group come on down the front, you guys can all fill in right around here. That's great. Okay. So in a moment, Jim Mullen will reveal United Way's new, bold goals. We simply could not have arrived at this historic point in time without the commitment of all of these individuals and their willingness to examine the work of United Way with clear eyes, open minds, and true heart for this community. Please join me in thanking these folks with a huge round of applause. I'm also glad that there were enough of you left out there that was really a nice, loud round of applause. That's good. These are the architects of change and the champions for a better future for Greater Akron. So now, as this group moves back to its chairs, if you'd like to recognize them once again for the work they've done and the work they will continue to do. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.